Imagine never having to say goodbye to your best friend. What if you could bring them back to life, exactly as they were? Davis Hawn was given that rare opportunity to live a second life with his furry companion. Today, Davis joins us alongside his 2 cloned service dogs, Boosted and Busted. Davis, thank you so much for being here and bringing these adorable, well-behaved dogs. I gotta start out with the big question. They're clones.
Absolutely.
Okay, we need to unpack that a little bit. What do you mean? Are they really clones of?
They are clones. I had a yellow lab puppy, Booster. He saved my life. As he grew older, I got depressed, and I was in a class at Bergen College of Canine Studies, and I read about cloning, fired off an email to Korea, and they invited me to a biotech in Seoul, South Korea. Jumped on a plane, learned the cloning experience, and as a result, I have 2 clones in my life today.
Wow, so this experience happened in Seoul, South Korea?
Correct.
It's not legal here in America.
Oh, yes, it is.
It is?
Oh, yes. I had another dog cloned actually in the U.S.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm. There's a waiting list for 6 months in today's economy for people to clone their dogs.
Okay, so you were able to get it done faster. Is that why you went to South Korea?
No, they were the only ones doing it at the time. There was one professor in the world that was doing it, Professor Hwang Woo-Sak, a Korean.
So when you embarked on this journey to clone your dog, he got sick, right?
He was getting up there in age, and I was getting depressed. And I study dogs, and it was a wonderful opportunity. And as my dog got older, I was losing maybe my independence, because a service dog is your independence. It's like a durable piece of medical equipment.
Yeah. How did you clone the dog? Did you have a piece of its fur?
Yeah, there were cells taken from my local veterinarian, shipped in liquid nitrogen to Korea. Booster, my dog, stole a toy. He was a thief. He was a booster. I boosted his cells, sent him to Korea, and I got busted for it. Meaning, I can't believe you cloned your dog.
Yeah. So. Well, speaking of that, this is a controversial topic. There's, some people are very divided on it. I assume that there's been people have raised issues, or maybe you've been chastised for it.
Even my own family member said, I can't believe that you told people at the party you cloned your dog. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Look, cloning is old technology, okay? It's decade and a half old. Today you do CRISPR and stuff. It's simply a photocopy. I did it because I had a dog that was marvelous. It took me all over the world. I wanted those same genetic attributes. I didn't want to bring my dog back from the dead. I wanted a dog that had those amazing attributes.
So, what would you say to someone who is skeptical? Do you think the skepticism is just from, cloning, when people think about it, or do you, whether it's an ethical concern? What would you say to someone?
And there's kind of a religious context. I say, I love what God gave me so much. I just want another one. I don't want longer legs or bluer eyes. I just want another one of the precious gifts that God gave me. The Koreans cloned my dog. That was the greatest gift I've ever gotten in my life. And I'm just so grateful for it. It allowed me to continue to help others around the world introduce the service dog concept, and it helped me go forward in life.
And like you mentioned, you are a service dog advocate, you're an author, international, you have a book in English and Spanish. So this experience of cloning your dog, was this kind of the beginning of that for you?
No, Booster took me all over the world. We were even on live television in communist Cuba under Fidel Castro. Live radio, brought into the classrooms around Havana, visited kids with AIDS in Thailand, cancer in Mexico, helped Bahamas get a national disability law passed. Booster was amazing. And these dogs do the same thing. We just came back from a disability conference in Tepic, Mexico, and they do exactly what he did.
Yeah. And now, how old are these 2?
These guys are about 9 years old.
So when these guys are getting a little bit older, do you think that you will clone again?
I'm getting up in age. That's a good question. I've had some health issues. Booster developed a cancer. 10 years later, I developed a cancer. We both had our heads operated on, both got bald from radiation and chemo. I don't think I would have opted to go through it all, except to put him through it. I put my best friend. How could I not put me through what I put my best friend through? And I did. I'm alive today because of that.
Well, this book is a beautiful story of your life story, right? And you and Booster. And where can we get this book? Anywhere books are sold?
Yeah, Barnes and Nobles, all kinds of things. I think Amazon has it. It's out there. There's an audiobook and there's an ebook version, which is, I guess, less expensive, and you just download it. But yeah, and let me tell you, you can write a book about writing a book. It's been difficult, but it's out there.
Well, we're excited to have you back next week. We're going to get a little bit more into the service dog advocacy work that you do. Davis, thank you so much for being here and for bringing your two adorable puppies.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate it very much.
We look forward to seeing you back here next week.
My pleasure.
We're back after this.